He took some dirt, with all sort of mess in the dirt. He was bored, like I am at times. He had nothing to do. So he took this board and began to beat it up, and ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and all of a sudden, a form came. And the form was in the shape of a thing that what we call today a man. So he put this man, and it was his little toy, because God was lonely, wanted somebody to talk to. He was all there. He created the birds, and he created the stars, and that. And honey, man just stayed and slept. And
Well,
what
sure
happened?
all our cell phones are off, or at least on silent.
The cell phone?
Yeah.
God heard that cell phone. Well, what happened? He put Adam to sleep, and he found a thing inside there that he called a rib. And he took out 2 ribs, spare ribs. And he made a form, and he called that woman. Now, Adam had to be black, because every black man likes his spare ribs. No, I'm trying to be artistic. I'm trying to be poetic. but that's how I create. You take nothing and you make it.
That you did that Adam and Eve are walking away and Eve has got the apple behind her back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he told, get the hell out of here. When she found out that she was having a big affair with the snake. Uh-huh. And he said, get out of here. So he run him out of the Garden of Eden, in which I painted.
Yeah.
There's a scene of the man and woman leaving Eden. It's here. I'll show you later. Anyway, I started painting early because my father was an incredible man. During the Depression, nobody had money, But instead of buying books for us, because we went to school anyway, or guns for you to be macho, you play a gun, you're a man. He bought a piano. And he brought it into the house, and Daddy had a marvelous philosophy. If I put an instrument in front of the child will crawl to it. So my big brother crawled to the piano. Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom. His name was Bosco Holder. And he played the Chopin, da-dee-da-da-dee-dum, da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-dum. Nice music in the house. Daddy loved that. So he bought a violin for my other brother, Kenneth, and we had. So there was always music in the house. Marjorie and Jean were girls, so they had to be very. But all of us were conscious of what was in the house, and we loved it. We always had music in the house, And it was wonderful. I was a baby and I saw this music and I heard this music, and that's how I began listening to music and copying to dance with my brother Bosco, where he liked, if you play the music, and sing, because a lot of girls used to come to the house and sing, and I had a falsetto. Can you imagine my big beautiful voice? I used to sing, high-pitched voice. I lost my voice when I did House of Flowers, a show I came to when I did a Broadway show, on my first show on Broadway, and
That's where you met Carmen, right?
that's when I met Carmen. But I see, I'm like my father. I saw Carmen, and the first time I saw her, I knew who she was. She was this great dancer that we have seen in the movies, Lydia Bailey, Carmen Jones. And we knew who she was, and we knew who her cousin was, Janet Collins. Ooh, Janet was brilliant. And Janet used to dance at the Metropolitan Opera in Aida and all fly like nobody. But Janet was exquisite. And what happened, that was funny, what happened, when Janet left, Carmen followed her and was prima ballerina at the Met. Carmen was exquisite too, because the same sisters. Zachary Solar asked, now come our Carmen is pregnant, who's going to do my Aida? Who's going to do my Aida? I said, dress me up like Carmen and I'll do it. Dress me up like Carmen and I will do it. I was so pushy, me, Geoffrey Holder, pushy. He said, he laughed, oh, right, you're going to do my Aida, but you're not going to dress up like Carmen. You're going to be the king of so and so. Honey, my head got bam. Got so big. And I hear my dancing, Oh, and it was Rudolph Bing was wonderful. Rudolph Bing was marvelous. And and that was in 1953, I think, 52, 53, after House of Flowers, where I met Carmen, Truman Capote.
I want to know, when you came from your island home to New York, did you don't appear to me to ever have been afraid of anything. I look back at your life. Weren't you a little nervous about going to New York?
No, not at all. World War II, I was a little boy. And my brother Oscar again used to play the piano for the Army and the Navy and have shows for them, And I would go there and dance and Lindy Hop and jitterbug at that period, I was a little boy. And because I saw them do it, And dance Dougla, the dances of India. I have a photograph of this somewhere here. But I'll show you a little while. Oh, Trinidad. You see, look, that's me. That's me as a little boy going to a college, Queen's Royal College. That's me as a little boy. That's my mother, Louise, high fashion, lovely lady. God damn it. And then my father, the most proud, beautiful man. My father is a hunk of a man. They fell in love on sight, mother and daddy. On sight.
But your father is tall as you.
Tall, no, not as tall, but grand and lovely and bright, But style, and mother had style. Mother can create anything. And daddy, whatever we did, we were his children. And here I did this. And this is my daddy, painted by Bosco. My mother painted by Bosco. My sister Jean painted by Bosco. And my son, with Carmen, painted by Bosco. That's Jean and I as children. That's my mother and I, after church on Sunday. After church on Sunday, I'm a little boy. This is the first long suit I ever wore, because we used to wear short pants, My best friend, Carlton Clark, we went to the same college, Queen's Royal College, and Tommy Carr, in the same school. They're my gang. They're all footballers and cricketers in Trinidad, Nobody danced. Nobody danced. You want me to be bitchy? I was a little boy at school. A little boy at school, and my brother had a show, and I got on stage to dance with him because one of the girls couldn't do it. So I got up there, I dressed up like that, and I began dancing on stage. with my brother, doing the Lindy Hop. Next day, I went to school. Nobody saw it, turn over to the theater. And the headmaster said, "Excuse me, we have a little star amongst us." And I was 12 years old. No, 11 years old. "He is good for himself. Oh my God, you should see him dance." And the boys laughed. "Oh, he's good for himself. Come on, Geoffrey Holder." I began to shake. "Come on, Geoffrey Holder. Come on now. Come on here." And dance versus the dance on the stage last night. I was petrified because the boys would laugh at me in school, I began to cry. And he got a cane and hit me on my leg. "Pie, dance! Pie, dance! Dance! Dance!" I got out of there and I walked home, but I was afraid to tell my father because my father would have gone to that school and killed the man. That was my daddy. How dare he? That was my luck then. So I just turned in. But paint and still dance. That's all I knew. It was releases for me. Because I used to stammer. In class I was not very bright, I said, "My name is Geoffrey Holder." That's how I spoke. Stranger.
No one would ever imagine that.
Huh? What?
No one would imagine you had a stammer.
No, because
The voice is so big.
I know how to sell nuts. These are cola nuts to grow here. These are uncola nuts to grow here too. Ha 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 ha. It's all a performance. But I am ahead of myself. My mind goes that fast because everything I see is a piece of art. My life has been incredible, but rich, and thank God I'm an observer. I pick up things quickly. Look at me as a little boy, dancing, a young man. I was 18, 19 with my dance company. I was like 18, 19 years old here. This is basketball and it's Caribbean dancers. Here am I dancing for the armed forces, doing a dance called Dougla, all over the Indians, the Indian mudras. Because 1/3 of the population of Trinidad were East Indians from India. And they came to do the field and the crop and all that sort of stuff.
I wondered where that influence came from. I don't think I realized that so many Indians were in
Indians, Chinese, Portuguese, every race and its lived in Trinidad. And it confuses them because each one begins to don't like each other, or only on carnival time they join and they shake their butt in the street and dance. But after that, each one is a snap to the other one. Oh God, the world is crazy. This is my dance group I left Trinidad with. Look at me, this is me. I was 21 years old. Huh?
Yeah, I'm getting this over his shoulder, and I'm going to take individual pictures of everything afterwards.
Lovely.
Great, thank you. Okay.
This is the opening night at the first festival in the Caribbean. It was in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And these are my dancers. One girl, Scoogie, I found all my young dancers. These guys left their wives and to come to travel with me on this trip, which should bless them. And they're all guys who have business jobs. And my country didn't give us $10 to go. But it took a good friend of mine to get plane tickets to get us out of there. And the Haitians of the Caribbean, who had no money because they're the poorest country in that, sent their dancers, 300 of them, on plane, non-stop to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and back. You see, in Trinidad, if you're a footballer or a cricketer, you're a king. If you're a dancer, the world is very odd, very strange. And I grew up with all that sort of drama. Look at this. This is my first mural at the Trinidad Hilton Hotel in New York, in Trinidad. And these are very wonderful ladies. This is the lady that fell in love with me, and I fell in love with her before I met Carmen. She saw, her name was Catherine Randall, she saw me in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and she said, my God, you would be brilliant on stage, and we were playing a part of Baron Samedi, who is the God of life and death. He's a God. I played him in the James Bond movie, Live and Let Die. Baron Samedi. He's the God of life and death. He takes you into the world. He brings you out. And he turns you in, And Eldridge Hildebrand was responsible for getting me into this country. And this lady saw in me something that gave me the support, because I was creative but innocently creative, and one needs that support, This is Martinique. This is what these kind of clothes my grandmother would wear from Martinique. There's a book that Jennifer Dunning did so beautifully. But it has Carmen and I in Paris. My work with, I never can remember this man's name, who does the windmills. Oh, the wonderful man who Hopa, I think it is, in the Spoleto Festival. Yeah. Huh? What's his name?
Minotti.
Huh?
Minotti.
Giancarlo Minotti Festival in Spoleto. What's the name of the windmills? Hopa, is it? George Tucker? No. The man who did the thing that
Calder.
Alexander Calder. I was glad to get all this thing documented in this book. Look, when you make of a child, look how I played with my child. Look, we're doing the same thing. My son Leo. I love that boy. My first boy. Look at Leo again. Look at Leo's face. Curious.
He was such an angel in those pictures in that particular book.
Look at his two paintings that he did that he's proud of at that age. Look, sophisticated. Look, and he's all in. I love him. That's him.
Tell me about the day Leo was born.
Never forget that. When he was born, Oh, I heard it's a boy. So I shaved my head because I didn't want him to see me with hair, you know. I was bald as he was, you know. And he just looked at me, touched my head, and touched my head. Blessed. And he's an artist and still is, brilliant. These are his paintings. That's his painting. See here, I put him on top of the world. He's on top of the world for me, you know. That's a gift from God uncommon to me.
That's right.
Exactly. This is lovely. I love going to this book. It brings me. This is in Paris at the Olympia. We were invited to go to the Olympia by Josephine Baker. Yeah. She saw us dance and she said, we must have you in Paris at the Olympia. The French would love you. Now, my grandmother, you know, from a French school because of Martinique, you know, and so it's Carmen. And that's us at the Olympia. Where is this? We're dancing soul bossa nova with the music of Quincy Jones. Ba-dam-ba-dam-bam, 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 la-dee-da-dee-da-da-da-da, da-dee-da-da. I want to show you this ravishing photograph. Voila. Josephine Baker. The great Josephine Baker. Josephine Baker and Carmen de Lavalade on the opening night in Paris at the Olympia. And she treated Carmen like a daughter, you know. She said, Paris is going to love you tonight like they loved me 20 years ago, you know. That's the opening night at the end of the show. And there she is presenting Carmen and I. That was grand. A very important time in my life. Because
Tell me about dancing with her on Broadway, you and Carmen dancing with Josephine.
we were the second act. Well, not second act. We are supporting performers, you know. And we didn't dance with her. She did her number, I danced. She did her number, Carmen danced. She did her number, we both danced. You get it? Each one had the special moment, and that was great fun. She loved all that. Very free. She's a Gemini, you know. Free, wonderful woman. Bless her heart. You want to hear a beautiful story about Josephine Baker when she died?
Yes.
Well, she had problem with taxes and taxes and taxes. And she couldn't, you know, she didn't have much money she was very wealthy, you know. And she had a whole place called Les Milan, her own town, her own castle in Les Milan. And then it started to come down. And she was very, very broke. And she got an invitation to go to a party by Princess Grace. And she went to this party. She got all pulling herself together, all dressed up. Went to the party, met all of her old friends, and Princess Grace, I think Princess Grace promised to help take care of her property. And she went home at night and read all of her telegrams. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So nice for you to see you today. And she fell asleep that night or the night after. Fell asleep and never woke up. Died with all of the welcome back telegrams on her. Isn't that lovely?
That's very lovely.
Ah, what a way to go. You know, we want to. She goes to sleep.
Want to be appreciated as we go.
And naturally. But knowing these little stories and being with these incredible people who have helped making me, because they have influenced me by just being as human beings, you know, strong. This is a dearest friend. This is Jacques Seguin. He is a man who is a movie writer who made a star of Simone Signoret and Gerard Philippe. And he came to New York and he said to me the first day, he had seen me in Paris at the Olympia, at 2009. And he says, I would like to meet these people. And the director said, no, we're busy, you have to go and you got to go to the Delmonico and this club. He said, no, I have to go to see these people. They were fantastic. Paris. Jacques Seguin, little man. He came, I lived on 88th Street between Amsterdam and Columbus. He came to the house as though it was a temple. As though to him it was a world, because he had never been to New York before, in a brownstone. And he opened the door, and there I was preparing. I invited him to say, welcome to my home. He was so gaga. He looked at the wall and he saw the painting. He met Carmen Hall. He looked around. I said, oh my God, thank you. I said, who is that? Who did that painting? I said, I did. You did that painting? Yes. But that child looks like my daughter, Pascal. She does. I was so happy to have been in France, and the friend was so nice to me. I took the painting off the wall. I said, happy birthday. He freaked out. He said, when you come to Paris, because I had to go back to Paris that day to perform again at the Olympia, I will give you Paris. Well, he opened me to everybody in Paris at that time. You know, it was wonderful. And I liked it because I didn't like what was going on here, you know, politically. And I was able to open my eyes to a freedom that I never knew was there, you know, to paint the way I felt, you know. These are some of the clothes designed for Carmen. That's in Paris. And this is Carmen and I. And this, Leo grew up. That's Leo's own design. He looks so like Carmen, his mother. That's my great son. That's a great gift Carmen gave to me. Look at some more of my dresses I designed.
I love that black and white one.
Which one?
So big.
I mean, this one. This, very strange. You know where I am now, in Manhattan. I did that as an example of white fabric designed with black for St. John the Divine Church, which is right across the street. And you know, bolts and bolts and bolts and bolts. And I said, I must have some of those. And I took what I want, and I designed that dress. I love it. It is, the dress has a train, you know. So when she walks in, it goes down forever. And make an entrance as only can make an entrance. And this is the lady's Grace costume, who executes my costume. Grace. And more and more and more. I'm really glad this is like a whole collection of my friends and I. Here me in Dr. Doolittle. Me in what's the name of that? Oh my God. Oh shucks. See, my mind has gone already. Waiting for Godot. This is a story to die for. I was so mad at the director that he wouldn't hear it out. Waiting for me to say my speech, and I have this impediment. I used to stammer, like and he would look at me, well, and I was petrified. And one day I got so mad, I just looked at him and went, spun my head around, bam, 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 bam. Given the existence of utter fault in the public works of punch and weapon of a person called quack, 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 outside time without extending, who for divine Miranda, divine up there, I went on the whole speech. You're supposed to say the speech without stopping. And I went through the whole speech. Well, the audience had a good time there. Bravo, 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 bravo. But don't mess with me. I'll bite your head off. I'm a lion, you know. James Bond. Me and the great James Earl Jones. Me at Yale. I was a guest teacher at Yale University. Welcome when Carmen was there. These are all the students. And on all the movie. There's a marvelous movie I did in Paris. And this man, Robert de Lafreniere, we did a movie there and starred me. And at the end of the movie, he allowed me to play myself. At the end of the movie, he bought a painting, a big amount of French painting. And you know the French have excellent taste. They know something. And it is in his living room. And I only cried to know that his living room was once Toulouse-Lautrec's studio in, yeah. There's a big painting right here. And I can go on. These are all things of dance. Douglas for the Dance Theatre of Harlem, which I did the choreography. For Firebird. There's a great Haitian painter. I forgot his name. Oh, it will come back. Prodigal Prince, that's his painting.
I'm told that you collect art as well as create.
Oh, yes.
Anybody in particular that you're fond of at this moment to buy?
All of them. Impression. I bought everything I saw on site. What's this? I forgot. You see? Well, actually, A lot of them here. Alice Neal. This man's name. My mind slips, you know.
Mine too.
Fritz Holder, Alice Neal, George Tucker. There's a painting I did of Harold Arlen, the wonderful man who wrote
You know what I like
The
about
Wizard
your
of Oz.
painting? I like that you make women look like women, you know, with thighs, because I don't like skinny legs. They look like real women.
Flowers are pop, pop, they pop. I love You can bite them without, you know, you could bite them, finger a little sugar, bite them. There's me and Paul Robeson. He came down to Trinidad during the World War II. That's me, my brother Bosco, and Paul Robeson, Louis Neville's son. You know, Haitian painter. George Liotto. That's me and all the different presidents in the United States, beginning with Lyndon Johnson. You know, every time we go to the White House, you know, my dear people,
Every time you go to the White House, you make Carmen a new dress.
naturally, a
What do
man,
you, for inspiration when you create all these lovely things?
Carmen.
Okay.
She's not my wife, I said she's my goddess.
Well,
You know,
that's true.
you know. The clothes,
Everybody's got, you know.
the clothes doesn't make her, she makes the clothes. Put anything on Carmen, just let it hang. But the see she comes out of it, you know, beautiful. These are lovely, 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 lovely people here. Gloria Swanson, remember her Sunset Boulevard? Betty Davis, my queen. You know,
Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up
closer.
now.
Oh yes, right there. And but there's all the Wiz, which I choreographed, design, the costume and directed.
Tony?
Yep.
Yep.
This wonderful man, my dear friend. Oh, my mind is going. Oh, he was the head of MGM. It will come back.
Okay.
Oh?
Golden?
No. His son is my dear friend. Still alive, the son.
Tony?
No, Tony Goldwyn was their wonderful friend, and his father. But who put the money up for the Wiz? Oh,
Remember?
yes, but my mind has gone.
Well, we'll come back to it.
Yes.
You remember. Okay.
Wait, let me see something. These are all the wonderful characters. What's this? Oh, his son keeps calling him all the time.
Stolberg?
You see, yeah, Stahlberg. Gordon Stahlberg.
Okay.
He was the head of MGM. He is a producer at MGM. And he saw these drawings. See these drawings? That's the Wicked Witch. That's the Wicked Witch. The Tin Man, the Scarecrow, Poppy. Where which one the two Tonys, and Gordon Stolberg. Jack Stolberg is his son. And then he said, why don't you direct costume and choreograph the thing, since you had a vision of it, you know? I originally wanted Ben Vereen for this part, you know? A scoreman, and lovely people, because at that time there were actors were incredible, anxious to work and looking for something new, you know, and to be totally different, you know, than the usual. But it's unfortunate, very fortunate, and I know it, you know. And you never stop, you keep doing it. You don't blame me because I'm black, because I'm white, because you're stupid, because shut up. Pick up some paint and paint. Pick up a pencil and write. If you want to write your bad feelings, write it down and then sing it as the blues. Create out of it. Let it out, let it out, let it out.
You know, when I did the video for the gala, I said that it takes some 6'6" frame to hold all the different talent that you have. Because it doesn't seem like you not creating every moment. Your whole life, every moment.
You have to.
It's something different.
Instead of crying in your beer, you know, don't cry in your beer, get up and do it. Make beer. How do you create beer? You know?
One of the funniest things that happened that night was Oba told the story of Timbuktu and your costume adjustments.
Oh, who told the story?
Oba Babatunde.
Yeah, oh, he's a wonderful man.
Yeah, and he said, when Geoffrey creates a costume, there's either no fabric or volumes of fabric. He said he's at every extreme he goes to because he can. Yeah, pretty good stuff.
Pretty good stuff. And the great innocence, look at some of these. Roger de la Frenay. Then, about that, Van Dungan, about those. I tell you how I got those. George Tucker, Reginald Mars. I bought those. Reginald Mars. I forgot this. Fritz shoulder. These are all shoes. Gaston Lachey's, Louise Nevelson, Reginald Mars. I used to go around. Alice Neal. Instead of buying a car, because number one, I don't drive anyway. You know, I was not invested. I bought things that I like to live with, you know? And I love to live with these things. So I used to go out and put down payment on them, and I knew people in Paris, and I go there, I say, I'd like to have that one. Put this down and pay them in terms, and the French are wonderful that way, and I knew the people. I used to get these things, then they allowed me to have it, and I had a wonderful time communicating like that. And every time I went to Paris, I would go to the flea market, Marché aux Puces, and you pick up a print of something that, overwhelming. Oh, my canal doll, that's of the turn of the last century, you know? So that's what, and I used to pick it up and wrap it up a lot of bags and bring it on my back to New York. My house has been cluttered and cluttered and cluttered with that all the time. So that's how to collect.
Yeah.
You have to live with it. You want to live with it, you know.
I want to know what it's like to have been married to Carmen for 50 years.
Ah, dream, dream, dream. She's an inspiration. Look at that elegant long neck, that lovely, quiet, innocent beauty. She Carmen doesn't try, she just is beautiful. If you knew her father, you know, cool man, you know, beautiful man. Her sisters, Elaine, Yvonne, lovely children, but they're all bright and very individual, very, you know, Carmen isn't like anybody else in the world. She's my goddess, 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 goddess.
Okay. When did you dance with her for the first time?
I was in I was in a movie called, I was in a Broadway show called House of Flowers, written by Truman Capote. Music was by Harold Arlen, starring Pearl Bailey. And the director was a pure shitty guy. I forgot his name.
Herbert Ross,
No, Herbert Ross was not.
balance sheet.
No, that was the choreographer. The director,
Peter Brook,
Peter Brook. Very constipated British. Oh my God! You people never had it so good. How dare you talk when Mr. Balanchine is giving you notes? Balanchine was trying to dissect how to do the cha-cha. That was the new dance at the time. And we used to go to this dance hall every Thursday night to do the cha-cha. You want to say cha-cha, bam, we gone, we got it. You get it? And Balanchine was trying to dissect the cha-cha to teach us how to do something of our culture. So the dancers were naturally restless. And dancers work very hard, you know, bless them. I love dancers, bless them, you know. But don't waste, you know, that high energy at the pop. And they only bless her, you dancers. Pearl Bailey, bless her, heard the man say, you dancers. She said, you dancers. Mr. Suva, who is the producer, get this man out of the theater. Get him out, now! How dare he? Ooh. Mr. Suva, who's a lovely man, had to fire him. Mr. Balanchine was a charming man, but he just didn't know. So he had to leave. So Pearl had worked with this young man, Herbert Ross, in Carmen Jones with Dorothy Dandridge. And he worked with Alvin Ailey in the same movie, where Alvin and Carmen used to dance with the Lesser Holden Company. I mean, Carmen introduced Alvin into the Lesser Holden Company to dance at that. And they would dance with all the other dancers because Carmen was the principal dancer. And Lester loved Carmen, and he would create dances for her and balance it off with Carmen dancing. He was macho and Carmen was pure lady, you know. They did Porgy and Bess together, a ballet on Porgy and Bess. Beautiful. And it happened that they came to join the show. And I knew who she was because I had seen her at the theater, Anna Jacob's Pillow. And I said, Carmen, that I would love to go to join the show. You know who she is? And a friend of ours said, George Allen said, I know Carmen. I know about her sister Elaine, Yvonne, and Janet. She's from a wonderful family in Los Angeles. Da, da, da. Well, I wanted, if I ever get married, to introduce her, to bring into my family a pure beauty human being. That was my gift to my father, you know, because I got good taste, I know that, you know. So 4 days later, I took a little money that I had. I took my union dues or something, money from the union, and I went and bought a little ring. I said, I still have a lot? Yeah. You don't know me very, very well, but I know, I felt your presence during rehearsal, because instead of talking about dance, you were talking about other people's culture. And I love that. You were not like the other girls. You were telling me about the American Indians, and I love that. Would you marry me? She said, what? Yeah, don't answer me now. You just hold on to that. You know, if you marry me, let me know. We went, and I left. And we used to go out to the theater, and one day at the Equity Club, I was talking to her, and Carmen said, Geoffrey, I think you'll make a nice husband. Yeah, and we got married. It was gorgeous, gorgeous. Then I met the daddy, and the daddy came down and helped me, you know, rebuild my apartment, and the sister. And it was lovely, very lovely. And she gave me a child, a beautiful child, Leo. That was a gift, you know, so I'm blessed. What else can I say? And I always say a song tragic, but she's my goddess, you know.
I think you're blessed, Geoffrey, and I also think you are a blessing to all
Well,
of us.
well, we are all blessed, you know, but we should count our blessings and love our blessings, you know. People are naturally beautiful, but some people have to bitch about it. Cut it out. Bless them. And your child born's blessed, you know. Listen to what the child is saying, and listen to what the child wants to say, and what the child wants to do, like my father did. Put the piano in front of the house, get a pencil and paper and put it in front of the child, let the child make a lovely mess, and the child becomes a painter eventually. You know? I remember when Carmen had to go to rehearsal with John Butler. Bless her heart. She had to go up with a big pram, you know, to push the baby in a cart, you know. You know, what do you call it? What do you put a baby in? What do you put a baby in? A pram?
A carriage.
Huh?
Baby carriage.
Baby carrier. And tried to get that child, my son, up 3 flights of stairs by herself. Thank God Leo was not a problem. I said, you know, one child is enough. You know, Leo was a beautiful, well-kept baby. You know, and he traveled wherever she went, she took him. Wherever I went, I took him. So he was cradled in love. That's the only way I could put it. What else is what? You know? He's our gift from God. You know? So that's why I'm very happy, very contented.
Are you painting a lot now?
Honey, I fell and my knees went out of place. Just like a football, you know, bam, bam, bam. So I have to sit down. Sit down on what? On my brains? Never sit on my brains, please. Paint like mad. Okay, let's go. Bam, 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 bam. Let's go. Bam. Do things I always wanted to do. I've been doing it all my life. But now I can sit down and do it and lift and do it and size it and create things out of nothing. Having a wonderful time. Wonderful time.
Great. It's nice when you have enough talent that you can, if you can't do one thing, you can do something else.
You have to. You have to. You have to. It would be a sin if you don't. Really a sin.
Yeah.
And don't be sinful.
What did Carmen tell you about the tribute at Cam?
Hmm?
Did she tell you about the California African American Museum tribute?
Yes.
The one last week?
Yes.
So, then you know, of course, about the show that we're doing in there. That's what this is for.
Oh, lovely.
To sort of, I'm trying to capture you individually and you together, because it's a remarkable story on every level, you know?
Yeah.
It's a personal story and it's a story of giant talents, and yeah, it's gonna be a great show. It is. What are you drinking there?
Beer with ice.
Beer with ice?
Yeah, it's lovely. You know who bought a lot of my collection?
Ooh.
What's it name? The pianist who sings.
Pianist who sings.
Yeah, the who wrote African Queen of Africa. Elton John.
Elton John, huh?
I was at the museum, and I was at the Met. No, I was at the Kennedy Center, you know, to meet one of the presidents. We go every year, you know. And he said, I have all this stuff. I bought them. I was so surprised. Elton John had a lot of my stuff. The Haitian stuff. You see? It was at an auction.
Wow.
You see? I haven't seen what he has bought. You see? They never told me, but you see, look.
Now, I don't have that book. I have the big hardcover
Well,
that's down on the table.
yeah,
That's the one I've got.
yes.
So I don't know that one. Bobby, you gonna get shots of all of that individually?
Yeah.
How was the Sotheby's, Jeffrey?
It's a,
Auction.
it was Sotheby's auction,
Oh, I see. Okay.
October 1st, 1996. The collection of Geoffrey Holder and Carmen de la Vallade.
Oh, great.
You see that? You could have a field day with this.
Yes, okay, good. Then Bobby will have a field day. Because I'm trying to figure out how not to make this video video 2 hours long because there's so much to say.
Well, I'm 6'6". Look. You see, look at this. You see all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you'll get that when we're through. I wonder what kind of advice you'd give to somebody trying to be in entertainment right now.
And be entertained, you
Yeah,
know.
trying to be in dance or the theater or movies, anything. What would you say to some young people starting out?
Pick up yourself and do it. Pick up yourself and do it. You know. Don't shut up. Do it. You're young, you're healthy. Stop blaming your mother, stop blaming your father, stop blaming. Do it. If you fall, get up. Pick
That is
yourself
the perfect
up.
exit line, Geoffrey Holder. Just do it, right?
Just do it. If you fall, get up. Or you will sink. But don't sink. Please. I have no room in my garbage pail. Pick it up and go, child. Go. Don't blame mother, father, sister, brother, boyfriend, the world. Go. God gave you a brain. Use it nicely. I love you. That's why I'm telling you this. You know that?
Yes, I do. I feel very blessed today.
But you are, Blanche, you are blessed.
I am blessed. I get to do what I do, which is my favorite stuff, and get paid a lot of money. And I live in a house with all of my kids.
Lovely.
You know, so yeah, it's a good world.
Yeah. And we could feel it.
Talk to people like you and Carmen. What a joy that is.
We could feel it, you know. We could feel it. And I trust you, and you trust me.
I will take great care of the two of you. Please believe me.
Bless your heart there. You will take good care of me without my false teeth. But you take good care. I'm serious.
I'll take good care of you in all circumstances.
Okay, darling.